let's see that everything is working here. Sound is on. Lovely. Looks like all is good here. Good morning. So, okay, let me just see what's... Facebook just gives me here some other things. Lovely. Good morning. Okay, so if you can see me and hear me, just let me know from where you are, from where you are listening. So what are we doing today here? Today I just want to talk about something boring, to be honest. Okay, it's something important. If and when you're running your business, so I can see already, lovely, there's somebody in the live group already. Just let me know if you can hear and see me, that would be great. And it's definitely nothing what excites me, and I'm sure it's also nothing what excites anybody of you. But as entrepreneurs, we just need to make sure that we are, of course, compliant. It means compliant in South Africa, compliant in whichever country you are, absolutely important. Number one, in general, you don't want to mess with any source or organization who collects the taxes in your country. And number two, of course, as soon as you want to apply for funding, if you want to raise capital, everything needs to be above board, because otherwise you can be closed like this. And financier has then some problems, so that's why they wouldn't even do that or take that into consideration. So what are some of the compliances? Maybe I just mentioned a couple of them. That would be South Africa is crazy about a registered company. Okay, so and to make it easier for you to raise any capital, I would register a company. Automatically you're getting even an income tax from SARS here. That's in one process done. Open a business bank account, something I'm also guilty. When I started, I just thought, oh, each and every bank fee is killing me here, but to be taken seriously from customers, from suppliers, and also making it easier for your bookkeeping and accounting, having separate bank accounts, one private, one business bank account is always a good idea. Yeah. As soon as you want a tax clearance certificate for your business, you need to have a separate business bank account in any case. Otherwise, SARS will give you some headaches there. What else? The basic things are then, of course, also to have a proper accounting system. There are some that are not costing an arm and a leg. One person I always recommend to be hired quite quickly is definitely an administrator. I know, you're always thinking about all the expenses in the beginning. I'm with you, I understand. But let me tell you, you think you're only working 1 or 2 hours a day on administration, you have an administrator, out of a sudden this person is full-time busy, because out of a sudden they can take over so many small little tasks. I always did on the weekend, so it freed a little bit my time, it freed my head. It gave me the possibility also to concentrate on sales and service delivery and on marketing. And as an entrepreneur, that's your task. Yeah. So administration, bookkeeping, writing invoices, following up that invoices are getting paid. This is critical. It's the lifeline for your business, and being in control of your cash flow is part of it. Okay, because you can't be able to follow up with the invoicing if you don't have written proper invoices in the first place. Yeah, you see that compliance and being in control of your business are really, really close together. Yeah. And like I said in the beginning, is this not an exciting topic? I totally understand you. I feel you. That is also, it's nothing what excites me. Something what I definitely learned through different businesses I started, I managed, I've grown. It's the lifeline of your business. Yeah, so you can't be in control if you don't have all these things in place, specifically accounting, bookkeeping, invoicing, critical, and that's part, of course, of your compliance, because it will make sure that you have your management accounts up to date. You know, that's one of the compliances, that you have your annual financial statements done on a yearly basis. Part of the compliance, yeah. And then there are the small little other things, and I also learned as I go here. So that means COID, that's a Workmen's Compensation Fund. Yes, absolutely good. Somebody said Sage works good. That's also, we also using Sage Pastel here on our side. Writing invoices with this system is a headache. Okay, so but everything else, it's approved by SaaS. You can use a experienced bookkeeper on this system, something what we are doing. We have a tax consultant. They all have access to it. It makes this life so much easier. You know, so you don't need to have all the skills inside of your business, specifically when you are not a big company. You can have still excellent advice and excellent bookkeeper, accountant, tax consultant on your side, but they do that on a consultancy basis. Yeah. So definitely one part, COID, workman's compensation, workmanship compensation is the one thing. Make sure all your staff is properly registered, you pay UIF, you pay their taxes, you have HR systems in place and software. So we also use Pastel there. It's also, we outsource these things. I don't need a full-time person for our 12 staff to do that. We don't really do that difficult. Everybody gets a fixed salary. I remember when I worked for my parents and HR was my task there. So, and they were getting overtime for weekend. Some of the team members worked at night. There was commission involved for others. So it was really 2 days before we could run the HR system. I needed to prepare everything to make sure all the information is captured properly, and then we don't have that here. Yeah, but if you have that, then maybe the preparation is somebody what you should use inside of your business and then running of it outside. Okay, Tebogo, what type of funding do you have, and ideas that mean it's only loan or partnership? Tebogo, I'm not too sure what you mean there at the moment. Maybe go later on into connect via our Facebook Messenger. Yeah, if you have some questions, I see if I can answer this at the end. Today I really wanted to talk about compliance. Because if you're not compliant, you will not be able to find a partner, you will not be able to raise a loan, and you will not be able to apply for a grant too. Yeah, it makes no sense. So most of these grants are from government. Government, of course, want to make sure that you pay your taxes, you know. So if you don't pay your taxes, why should they be willing to help you? Because this is how they see this. In future, they see, okay, so we give you now a grant, you will grow your taxable income. With this grow, SaaS will get a portion of it back at the end of the day. Yeah? Okay, so UIF is important. Have these things in place. It's also important, of course, for your staff, so we knew without paying UIF, you wouldn't be with the COVID pandemic happening in the beginning, and TERS was paying for some of your staff members. We helped a couple of companies to apply there, but if you didn't pay UIF, if they were not even registered, there is no support. So it doesn't matter if you want to apply with government institutions, if you want to apply for a loan or a grant, if you want to apply with commercial banks, if you want to find a private investor, it's all the same. Show them that you are in control of your business, that your administration is up to scratch, 100% done, and what I did here is I learned as I go. So I heard, somebody said you need to workmanship compensation fund. I heard about it. I said, okay, so let's do that. What do we need to do, And then there was the next one. We had here health and safety officer for our office. All done. We have one person who has a firefighting course, another person who has the first aid course. We have here all the fire extinguisher in our office. I want to be compliant. I totally understand that. Sometimes I'm smiling and I'm thinking, okay, you make it really difficult and complicated. But we want to be, I want to prevent worst case scenario here also for my team, so that everything is really done correctly and protect everybody. Okay, let me just see. There are a couple of questions. Let me just go. Okay, so funding, Tibogo, I don't know what you mean there. Sorry, Okay, so maybe first of all, let me just tell you who I am. Okay, so most of you will know me. My name is, but some of you are new here. So my name is Dagmar Breiling-Murray. I'm the CEO here at Funding Connection. We are a private consulting firm. We assist companies raising capital, applying for funding, drafting business plans. And there's lots of consultancy involved. We are not business plan writers. We are business plan consultant. So we have expertise. We know exactly what the financiers at the end of the day want to see. But we also know exactly how to run a business and to grow a business. So, and all my knowledge, all my advice, I'm always happy to share while we are developing your business plan. There are some loans available, Tibogo, there are some grants available. Partnerships is nothing what we really do, because business partner, not the company, but having a business partner, I always say, is like getting married. You need to know this other person really, really well. You need to feel really comfortable with this other person, and I can't be a Tinder there, so, and matching two people, and then later on you're telling me I hate this person, So this is definitely something what you need to find on your own. My recommendation, if you're looking for partnership, make sure you have proper written agreements in place, stating this is your responsibility, this is my responsibility, this is your benefits, this is my benefit. Okay, so I need my glasses to be able to read here. Okay, what are the implications of using a personal bank account for your business when it comes to SaaS? They will accept that. Okay, so but it makes it more difficult for you to balance a bank account and your bookkeeping system out. If it is a smaller business, I understand. Okay, I started exactly like this. As soon as I have grown, even as a one-woman show, I had my separate business bank account, and I would highly recommend that. It makes balancing things out clearly. This is private expenses, these are business expenses, so makes it easier. We have been struggling for the past 6 months in securing SaaS compliance document for our SMME. Is this a service you offer, and how long does it take for your team to finalize the process? It always... yeah, I know one client we have. We are trying to sort things out. They registered via e-filing, but then they used an email address of a brother of somebody else. This brother has no access to the email account anymore. So even if you send some pins to this email account, the cell phone number doesn't exist anymore, you know. So whatever information you share with SaaS, your cell phone and your email address, make sure you still have access to it in 5 years. Otherwise, you're in trouble, is a nice word. I had another word in my head, but you know what I mean, yeah? So contact us, please. Contact Brent. Use Facebook Messenger. He will ask you a couple of questions and then be able to say, okay, this is what we can do. I have no idea where you are stuck there. Like I said, I think with this one client, we are there now busy for months. Because then we need to go back to SaaS, then then they gave another telephone number, then they figured out, oops, this telephone number is not valid anymore. Oh no, that was the other way around. This email address, nobody has access to it anymore. You know, so it is painful if you are stuck there. That's why these things are important, part of your compliance, yeah? Paul, I have everything in place. Will I be in the position to get help? Yes, okay, that's already a first step. Absolutely, well done, Paul. That is great. The second part is, of course, keep in mind, not each and every business idea is fundable. It's said, okay, but the financiers, of course, have a certain list of information they require. And sometimes I hear clients, they think the financiers is the enemy. No, they also want to protect you. Because let me tell you, when you are successful, they will be successful. They have usually, not all the time, but usually the expertise and experience. And if they say you need to have, let's say, offtake agreements in place, and you don't have them, they do that for a reason, you know? Because if you go around and everybody says, oh, you want to start manufacturing, I first want to see the product. Then you set up for 5 million rand your manufacturing, you show them the product. And then they say, no, I don't like this product, or I don't need this product at the moment. You still need to pay back the loan. You know, even if you use your own money, please, please, please don't do this without having access to a market. Is your South African favorite word for this. I say offtake agreements in place. Yeah, if somebody says we want to see the product first, then you know they will not buy from you. It's that easy. Yeah, it's an excuse. Okay, so contact Brent on Facebook Messenger. Yeah, he will ask you a couple of questions, and then he will be able to guide you and say, okay, so this is what you need to have in place. We are always straightforward with you. If we think we are not able to assist you, we will let you know. And then we guide you and say, go there, go there. Yeah? I heard a quote recently, there's no shortage of money for investment, but a shortage of investable business. Yes, money is never ever the problem. That's what I say. Never. Okay. The challenge is that the venture somebody has in their mind is not fully thought through. I'm sure you saw that a couple of times what I shared. Starting a business, even running a business, is like a big puzzle. Okay, you have HR, equipment, marketing, your target market, your sales here. and now the challenge is to make sure the puzzle fits together. Okay, and this is where lots of people don't think about it. Yeah, we are just busy with doing for somebody a feasibility study, and their idea about what they want to do, and our expertise is that there is a market for it. I totally agree. Okay, and it's easy to deliver. They have the skills to do that. The problem is that their target market, what they have in mind, will not be able to pay for the services. Yeah, no business. Yeah. It would be a non-profit organization if they want to go this route, but it would not be a business. So you always need to think about, you need to have a great product or service what you offer. You need to have a target market. You need to have the skills to do, okay, of course. And then people need to have the money to pay for it. Yeah. And if this target market doesn't have the money to pay for it, the whole puzzle will not hold the business venture. They have not created the circular ecosystem. That's correct. Yes. Yeah. And sometimes it's just the idea is great. They have the skills. Okay. Now the target market they want to target is maybe the wrong one. Maybe they find a target market that has the money. Yeah, and out of a sudden it fits together. So when I sometimes I do some seminars and also talk about my great business idea, and I'm always joking when I'm talking about this setup, and I'm saying because one part of it is usually it's not your skills, it's also what you love to do, because when you love something to do, it also guarantees that you will be in the long run successful, because even if you hit some hurdles, you will push through it. Yeah. So, and I always joke and I say, I love to sing. Am I good at singing? Nope. Okay. So does it mean, is there a market for good musicians and singers? Yes, there is. Will people be willing to pay me because my singing is crap? No. But the funny thing is what I heard. So sometimes it's just you need to position yourself, and you find your target market. One friend of mine loves to do karaoke. Okay. So, and he said, but my singing is not really good. But I'm able to earn money because I'm going into some karaoke bars. They pay me per night to sing there, so that other people can hear. You don't need to be a great singer to take part in this. Okay. So sometimes you see, you can position yourself and find a different target market. Yeah. So this is then really a funny possibility to still earn money, although you're not good at, but you're brave enough. Okay, he's brave enough to stand there in front of everybody, and he said he's more screaming than singing. So that's how he's earning his money. Okay. I hope this I thought it was a funny idea just to share and explain that sometimes you just need to reposition yourself and find your target market for even things you're not really good at, but you have the guts to still do. Yeah. Okay, so I hope, wow, 24 minutes again, unbelievable. I love these Monday mornings webinars. I hope it was helpful for you. Okay, just at the end again, One thing is what I wanted to do is we compiled a book about all the compliance here in South Africa. I think it's only 115 Rand. Here is the link is in the comments. I just share that with you. Okay, so if this is something, we compiled it, you know, you find all this information, but let me tell you, in the beginning when I had a look at it, I thought, okay, I didn't even know how the words were spelled or what was available and what was not available. That's why we compiled this. It's a nice list, even for different industries, where you find some information and get some information. Yeah. And then, yes, if you are on YouTube, we will definitely share this information also on YouTube. You can contact us. There is in the description, there is a link so that you can contact us via our website. Here on Facebook, you can use easy Facebook Messenger to contact us. Brent is there to guide you. Yeah, even on the contact page, no worries, it's also Brent. So he's our business development manager. He's there to guide you to figure out what do you need at the moment. Does this booklet includes business in the health sector? Yes. Keep in mind there are some specific industry-specific rules and regulations we haven't listed, because then this booklet would be that thick. It's the basic things where you need to know. We have different industries in there, so medical aid prerequisite, I have no idea. I don't even know what that means, but ask Brent. I delegate that problem to him. Yeah, if he can't help you, I will definitely figure that out. Louise and lovely, thanks very much. Yes, I love to do these things. I love to share my knowledge. I love to help you and guide you so that you know in which direction you need to go. Okay, can you please send me more information of who must I contact? Facebook Messenger. Use the Facebook Messenger on our Facebook page. Yeah? Kota, so it's jumping here. I have an ice cube business at home. Need help to guide me on my money? Okay, now it just jumps again. Income that I make. The challenge is some income is hand to mouth and can see my profits. How can I save my money to grow my business? How to control my stock? Measuring. The problem is if you have a small little business, and I know these things, you know, so I started a couple of small little businesses, figured out that's working, that's not working, and in the beginning all this admin feels like wasted time. Okay, every income you need to, even if you have a piece of paper, whatever you sell, you write down. Whatever you pay costs for your business, you write down. Otherwise you are not able to control. Yeah, because I know that out of a sudden you have a couple of thousand. I know that from Germany I had some coffee shops, so we had a couple of €1,000 sometimes in cash. Okay, and it feels like it's your money, but of course we needed to handle that well. We needed to pay VAT on a monthly basis. We needed to pay staff, but it's seducing, you know. I know this. And it's not that you are stupid or unexperienced. You have a couple of thousand Rand in your wallet. I at that time had a couple of €1,000 in my wallet, and then you really need having everything written down, knowing exactly what are your monthly costs. Then you know that on day 10 we usually needed to know we can pay all our costs, our monthly expenses. Okay, on day 20 of a month, we know now we covered also for coffee shops, all our products we bought in. Okay, in the last 10 days were usually where the profit was. So, and that's how, make these numbers, make them work. It's not rocket science, I promise you. Yeah, it is not difficult. So do these things that definitely will help you also to run your business there. Yeah, and then control your stock, have it at each, and I know that, let me just give somebody, here is a bag of cubed ice, don't need to pay me, and then you lost, I don't know, 30 rand of income. And it doesn't sound much, but if you do that on a daily basis, it adds up. Yeah. Non fundo, thank you, pleasure, Marlies, pleasure, Nkubile, pleasure, and Nolundi. Okay, yes, please, I hope this information helps you be in control of your business and grow your business. That's what I want for you. Okay, I wish you absolutely successful new week ahead of you, and we will definitely see us latest next Monday again. Okay, take good care. Bye bye. I can't find the button here. Okay, but now.